everyone, this is Arlo. He is a Cavoodle puppy. This is his second puppy intro groom, but his mum has asked me to film it just so she can see how I handle him for his brushing and things like that. He's been bathed, dried, and I've just given him a really quick brush first, but I will go over him with the comb now and brush out any bits that I may have missed in the quick brush. So I'll just get started. It's okay, honey. Hey, hello. Good boy. Hey. Good boy. So the puppy intro groom isn't a full groom. They don't get any of their body or legs cut. It's just kind of the basics. So he'll get a nice comb out to make sure he's got no knots anywhere. He'll get his eyes cleared, a bit of a face tidy. I will clear his paws, so the undersides of his paws, his pads, trim his nails, trim around his feet, make sure his private areas are nice and tidy, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is the length where it's going to start getting a little bit more hard to manage for mum at home. So the reason I'm going over with the comb as well is because with the brush it will just fly over the top. It might make a little bit of a snaggy noise, so it gives you an indication where his knots might be. But combs are great because they let you know that he is actually knot free or mat free. So any areas where my comb is going to get stuck, that's where I'm going to give more attention to. It's okay, honey. Hey. He's still a little bit nervous for his grooming. He's actually a really sweet, happy puppy. And he's good in the bath, but he is quite scared of the dryer, even though I've introduced it to him really slowly. He doesn't handle it going past his shoulders. He gets quite upset, so I don't force him to handle it. So what I've done is I've just brushed out the top of his head, and it's pretty much dried just while I was drying the rest of his body, and it will dry even more while I'm doing this groom. So I'm going to leave his head till last, just to give it a bit of time to dry. Hey, Bella. Who's a handsome? It's okay, little man. Hey. Dry is scary, huh, sometimes? Hey. So, Mum has said that he isn't too great for brushing at home. He tends to think it's a bit of a great game, but he's actually really good for me. And so I wonder if maybe Arlo's mum, if you put him on a table or something up higher, so that he knows that it's groom time. So I might come around the other side of the table just so you can see what I'm doing. A little bit more. Okay. So this video might not be the greatest because he is young and he's not gonna just sit where I want him to, but I will try my best to make it so that you can see what I'm doing. And I've just got a comb which has got wide teeth on one side, narrower teeth on the other side. They're super handy. So I start obviously with the wider teeth, and then when I think he's all knot free, then I'll drop down to the narrower teeth. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Yay. Who's a good boy? Yeah. Good boy. It's not so bad, huh? I'm not going to hurt you, I promise. I don't know. Yeah, good boy. It's okay. Good boy. So as I'm combing, I'm making sure that I'm kind of pushing against the fur so that I'm holding the root so that I'm not pulling anything, because if there is a snag, I don't want it to hurt him. I don't want him to flinch and have it be sore. So I've got a lot more control if I hold the hair at the root while I'm combing and brushing. Hey, Nicholas? Good boy. Oh, kisses? I don't like kisses, Arlo. Hey, not so bad, huh? See? That's not so bad. You know what happens, eh? We've had this before. Good boy. So I'm pretty sure he's got a tiny mat on his tummy. So I noticed that when I was drying him. But everywhere else I think is pretty good from what I saw drying him. Hey, darling, come up here this way. Good boy. Good boy. So hang on to your thumb, my little man. And when I do his tummy, I don't go straight down. You can sort of at this top chesty bit, but I like to go in from the sides into the middle, because that's the direction that the hair grows. And if they do happen to have a hernia that I don't know about, which is like a little lump kind of in front of their willies, then I'm not going to hurt them by brushing or combing straight over it. So that mat is still there, so I might end up cutting that out because he's getting a little bit upset. Hey, you're getting a little bit upset with it. Hey, good boy. Hey, and he's very good for having his head brushed in things, aren't you? Yeah. I know, it's just awful when you have to be groomed. It's just the worst thing ever. Hey, we hate being groomed. Hey. Just want to stay all messy and things, don't we? Yeah. Okay, on this side, I think there's... that's another cool tip, is just to give him an indication where you're going to go next, because if you've taken your hand away, there's not kind of like a uniform pattern where you might go next, so they don't know where you're going to put the brush next. So give them just a little indication of where you're going to be brushing, so that they're not like, oh, what was that? Where did that come from? Yeah. Good boy. So I don't know if you can hear in the video, but when I come to this section, there's a bit of a rougher brushing noise. So that's telling me that there's a knot or a mat there. It's only a tiny knot. So, yeah, good boy. It is. Okay, on this side, this side. So same again, give him a little bit of a pointer just softly with your finger. Good boy. And I like to kind of brush a couple of ways. I go forward and back this way, just to help loosen any food or anything that might still be stuck there. And comb time. Did you want to have a sniff at that one? No? Not keen. So there's a little knot in there as well. It's quite common for them to get knots around their mouths because food and things get stuck in there. Good boy. Hey, I'm going underneath. Very good for the camera. Hey, you are being very good for the camera. Who's a handsome boy? So just whatever you're doing, just try and make it as exciting and not scary as possible. Because the more exciting you make it sound, the more they're like, oh, yeah, I'll do that. I'm being a good boy. Hey, good boy. Super important to start this kind of stuff young. So I've already brushed his ears before, so I'm going to try combing them. And I think he may have had a little bit of a knot on one of these earlobes, but I may have brushed it out already. We will find out. Hey, yeah. You're doing so well, Arlo. Yeah, you are. Good boy. I know. Good boy. Good boy. I'm not going to hurt you, darling. It's okay. Yeah, you're not going to relax. You can relax. Good boy. Good boy. Hey, what do you think? What do you think? Hey, is that okay? Good boy. Who's a good boy? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you've got to have both ears down below. If you sit, it won't pull. Good boy. Sit. Sit, Arlo. Arlo, sit. Sit. Good boy. There you go. Mm-hmm. When I do the ears, I always brush sideways down them. So I don't brush down them, I kind of separate it into two sides and do the front and then the back. And then I do the same on the underneath of the ear. It's super important to not just do the tops of the ears, because quite often it's the underside of the ear that will be matted all around this ear leather. Yeah, guys. Okay, I'm not going to hurt you, darling. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. You need to go to the toilet. So I'm actually wondering if he needs to poop, because quite often when dogs start stressing on the table and panting, it means they need to poop. So I might just stop this video and let him down and see if he needs to go toilet. Alright. Good boy. Good boy. Come here, darling. Good boy. Come on down. Good boy. Here you go. Here you go. Go toilet. I'll be back.